Hey guys, I'm not usually one to make videos, especially on things like this, but these things need to be said and I really feel like I can't explain well over written words. The topic of this video will be the recent issues on Twitter, especially surrounding Eret. Part of me is scared to make this as I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I've stayed quiet since the issue started and it's reached a point where not saying anything is really making me feel worse. Now, I'm aware I don't know everything that has been said, but I'm going to talk about the things I have seen and heard. Yes, I'm reading off a script right now. Now, I've got a tweet here from a user that I will not name, but I'm going to be using this tweet for a reference. I've read this tweet and the replies multiple times, and throughout the past week, I've had very conflicted feelings about what they've said. I wanted to take the time to research and look into each point before replying, which is why I haven't made this until now. But now that I've looked into each topic properly, I know what my thoughts and stances are. Now, their first point about invalidating non-binary lesbians. Before I speak about this, I would like to state that I'm not a part of this community. I'm a bisexual trans guy, so this is not my apology to accept. There is so much to say on this topic, there isn't much to say on this topic, only that Eret wasn't educated at the time and has since addressed this and apologised. To add to this point, the next thing mentioned is that he invalidated lesbians by using the wrong flag. Now, I do understand this issue, but he has explained that he didn't realise the issue revolving around the old flag. I would also like to mention that he used the flag that Twitch had to offer. He didn't realise it was the wrong flag, as I'm sure many people haven't. I myself hadn't until now. This next point, which I can talk about from a personal perspective, as I'm ace, is that he's invalidated ace people. He implied that ace people wouldn't know they're ace until they're older, which does come from a place of acephobia and ignorance, as many ace people know when they're young. Again, though, like the last 2 points, this was a misunderstanding and caused by a lack of education. Now, this one is completely untrue, though. As you wouldn't know if you saw the clip. He was trying to help someone work out if they're ace or not, and he said that people may not know until they hit puberty because you don't feel sexual attraction until then, usually. Sorry, I messed up a little bit there. I'm reading off a script and I'm not great at speaking on camera. This person's next point is that he can validate people of colour by saying that Dream SMP doesn't need more representation. Now, I cannot speak on this one personally, as it isn't something that I can relate to, but I'll say what I can. I don't understand why he's in the wrong here. I don't think people should be added for this reason alone. What are they? I'm showed that the team is diverse? No, they're not. They should be added because of who they are as a person, personality and skill-wise. I don't think anyone would want to be added just because they're a person of colour. Now to talk about the next point, that he has dead named Elliot Page multiple times. I agree this is an issue, and as a trans guy I do understand how many people have been hurt by this. I myself was quite bothered by it. He has addressed this though. He made a tweet about it on the 4th of December last year. His tweet says that he agrees dead naming is wrong, that it goes against everything he stands for, and that he has been educated now. He made a mistake, people do that, he's apologised, dropped the topic. Next topic of discussion, thinks heterophobia exists. This one's shorter, but just as important to talk about. I'm sorry to all those people out there who don't think that this is an issue, but it is. Sure, it's not as common or as severe as the hate the LGBTQI plus community face, but it's still an issue. Straight people may not face oppression, may not have their lives threatened, may not be beaten, but they still get hate for being straight. Don't hate people for their sexuality. Much like the last point, this one is shorter, but still important. The tweet mentions that Eret thinks you can be sexist towards men, which you can, despite what many people in the comments of this tweet clearly think. Much like heterophobia, it isn't as large of an issue, but it's still harmful and real. Sexism literally means prejudice against someone based on their sex. True, sexism against women is much more common, but there are people who think that men are evil, who think all men should die, who genuinely hate men just for being men. Now, there are more things that have been said, which I may cover in the future, but for now this is all I'm going to say because I haven't looked into other points very much yet. Sorry about that. I hope this all made sense and gave more context to the current issue, as I don't believe Eret ever meant to cause an issue. He wouldn't have apologised if he had. I'm a firm believer of education, not cancellation, so I'm highly against those people trying to cancel him and ruin his rep. People make mistakes, people fuck up. It's the good people who actually apologise, like Eret has multiple times. I get it. People were bothered by his words. I was too. But that doesn't mean he deserves all the hate he's getting. Now, as I said multiple times, I cannot speak personally about most of these issues. If he has apologise like, it's not your apology to accept if it doesn't relate to you. Meaning you can't accept his apology unless it was you and your community that was harmed. It's also not up to you if other people accept his apology or not. It's a personal decision that should be made individually. As a final point to this video, I would like to say that people fuck up. Your idols aren't pitch perfect. They're going to make mistakes like any other person. Eret has said he is going to and has started to educate himself on these things, but education doesn't happen overnight, as I'm sure you all know. For now, this is all I have to say. I hope this all made sense. Thank you for listening to me ramble about these things.